Hey, everybody, Chad Himes here, welcoming you to the Achieve Your Apex podcast. Now, during this podcast, we have been breaking down my best-selling book, Achieve Your Apex. We've been going chapter by chapter with me being able to go a little bit deeper into each thing that I was able to talk about through the book to help you achieve whatever apex you have in your life. Also, I've been bringing in some interviews along the way, and boy, do I have a doozy in the next episode. Don't miss it. It's going to blow your mind when I bring on somebody who's going to share some great tips with you. Yet what we are doing right now is we are wrapping up chapter 6 of the book. Oh, you want a copy of the book? Go to Amazon.com. You know it. Search for Achieve Your Apex, or just go to AchieveYourApex.com. I'll ship you a signed copy. You tell me whether that raises or lowers the value of the book. Now, chapter 6, we've been focusing on two ends of an extreme spectrum: competition, cooperation. And in the last episode, I went deeper on competition and how it's a benefit to you and everybody around you. And all we need to do is change our mindset on competition to make it a challenge. And no longer do we have that cringing fear when we have to enter some sort of competition. Today, we're going to go to the other end of the spectrum and talk to you about cooperation. Now, you understand cooperation. It was impressed upon you at a very young age. Share the toy, share the crayon, whatever it was, that you have to work together, that you should all play nice together in the sandbox, whatever it was. We were taught cooperation from an early age. Now, cooperation is a must in our world because competition is a powerful thing that makes us each get better and better and better. Yet you could just look at it slightly different and realize that that competition is actually us cooperating to see how fast we can get to whatever that next level is for each and every one of us. Now, if you look into the world of nature, I mean, you can just imagine the ant, right? The ant and cooperation. One ant can only move so much stuff at a time. Now, they're pretty strong for those little guys, yet they can only move so much. They cooperate and work together to build their ant homes, nests, whatever they're actually called. I don't want to know, right? And to bring in food so that when the cold weather comes, they can survive. They work together. You know who else works together? Humans work together. That's right. We work together until we don't. And that's a challenge. You see, there's something out there, and this might be a little bit of a soapbox moment, so stick with me. There's something out there called the zipper merge. Now, the zipper merge is how you're supposed to drive on the highway. It is cooperation, right? When one lane is closed down and we're driving down the highway, it's you go, other person goes, you go, other person goes, right? Left lane, right lane, left lane, right lane. And we merge together. And if we cooperate at a high level, the system works. Traffic is a bare minimum because we're just going and the next person eases in behind and go and merge in behind and go and merge in behind. That's when cooperation is working at the ultimate level to succeed in dealing with a challenge, which is right lane closed ahead, start merging. Okay. Then there's the problem that comes with it. There's people who don't know how to do the zipper merge. So a mile back, they start merging over, stopping, panicking that the lane's about to end, they think, causing traffic behind them. Or there's that person, and you know them, who goes zipping down the right lane until the last possible second and cuts over and squeezes in when there wasn't actually an opening. That's cooperation failing because competition got involved because that person wanted to get ahead of everybody. Now, if we could just zipper merge and cooperate, the system works. But as soon as competition gets mixed into a cooperative situation, the system falls apart. You see, capitalism is this again. I mentioned this a few episodes ago. It is about competition. My restaurant's going to outdo your restaurant. My store is going to outdo your store. Yet, have you noticed where cooperation works into the competition of capitalism? Have you ever noticed a gas station opens on one corner, and before you know it, the opposite corner, another gas station opens? Now you would think, oh, that's competition. He wants to take business away from the other gas station. It's not. It's cooperation. Because when you're going this direction, you're probably going to stop here. When you're going this direction, you're going to stop at the one on your side of the road. Or have you ever noticed that furniture stores all end up in a plaza near each other? Well, wait a minute. They should be competing with each other to sell their furniture. But instead, they've cooperated to create a furniture district which attracts more people. So all of them succeed higher because they cooperated, even though they might have a little competition within there. Think about how you can work with somebody in your industry and say, hey, I'm going to open this business here. Why don't you open it right across the street from me? Because then people will know to come to this area when they're looking for a great meal. They'll know to come to this area looking for furniture or shopping for a certain type of clothing, whatever that might be. Think how you can use cooperation for competition. Now think how cooperation also changes along the way. So take the wolf. See, I love talking about the different apex predators when I was writing in the book. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was not just achieving the apex, meaning getting to the top of the mountain, yet it's also those apex predators we can learn from. And the wolf is an apex predator. And the wolf cooperates because they hunt in packs. They work together in packs. They communicate with each other. They surround their prey. They actually know, based on what prey they're after, how many of them need to go on the hunt and how many they need to take down depending on the size of the prey. But if you figure out a wolf pack, if you've tracked a wolf pack, what you'll find is there's usually two mates, mom and dad, and the pack becomes their kids. At some point, though, those kids grow up, just like human kids, to move out. They will leave the pack. They will go start their own pack by finding their own mate, having their own cubs, and then they'll cooperate with their pack while they left the original pack behind. And if a challenge comes for territory or food, that cooperation that once existed will now transform into competition. So I want you to understand, competition and cooperation are so much closer than you ever believed. They seem to be polar opposites of each other, yet they are so intertwined along the way that those of you who cringe at competition understand really quickly, you don't have great cooperation without having some competition. It might be your team competing against others, and there's probably some competition within your team while you're at it. Go embrace it. Go look for it. Go find the competition in your world and the cooperation that can be found with it. Until our next episode, share this one with someone that you want to cooperate with and keep climbing.